Okay, I'm stuck in a traffic jam here on I-95, and I've just got AutoPilot going, and let's see how it does here. We're getting up to a crash. I think there's a crash up here. You can see it's actually slow in both directions. You can see clearly here. We checked Google Maps, and it's slow in both directions, and someone reported a crash. But we'll see how it does, because this truck here is getting really close to the edge of the line. He's driving really close to the truck in front of him. I think we're going to have to merge somehow up here, somewhere. And this thing doesn't do well. I know that Tesla AutoPilot does not do well when you're merging. I know that. Well, adjusting the... There we go. That's better. It doesn't do well when you're merging for some reason. It won't stop. It'll ram somebody. If this truck tries to cut me off, it will not let it cut me off, because only these 3 cameras up here are working, and it can't see. The side cameras aren't working with AutoPilot, so it's not getting any data from driving next to somebody, unfortunately. So don't assume that it is, because it's not, I can tell you. Let's see how we do here. We're definitely in some tight traffic here. And just with all the slowness, I'm sure we'll probably have to go down the 1 lane, unless they just opened it up. They may have just opened it up, who knows? Because we know with these crashes, they don't last forever. Still waiting this out. But you can see we haven't really had to move yet. But all of a sudden, probably something's going to happen. I can see...
There's an arrow up there.
Yeah, signs way down the road show that...
There's a police officer on the side of the road.
Yeah, another police... Must be a really big wreck. Well, we'll hang on with the AutoPilot as long as we can. But it's like our lane is ending, so we're going to have to get over. So at some point, I'm going to have to turn the AutoPilot off, just so I can change lanes, because there's not going to be enough space. I don't see how there would be enough space for me to get in somewhere. Let's see what it does here. It's gonna probably go really fast forward here. Hopefully it won't go too fast, because we can see there's another vehicle up there. See, it's not giving any courtesy to anybody. I'm just driving by everybody. The AutoPilot's not, even though we know we have to get out of this lane, it's not gonna,
I'm trying to get over right here.
let me or wait. It's not going to wait to the last second, although I think I'm just going to get over, because there are police up there, and I do need to get over here at some point, so I'm just going to get over on my own.
It's very close.
Yeah, and there's somebody else that's probably going to try to pass me. We're all going to be crammed in here, but you can't use AutoPilot in this situation. There's no way. Not at this time, but hopefully in the future they'll figure it out. And see, once I get into the lane, I can turn it back on. There, I can turn it back on. Now we're fine. And this other guy is not going to try to cut in. I don't think anybody can cut in now. I think they'll all probably move over and not come down this far, so we're probably safe. We just need to turn off in that area. And while we're up here, we'll see if we can see what happened, since we have to go through all this. See anything?
I think this is just road work. I think the crash is on the other side of the road.
You sure?
Yeah. So it says right here, it's all the way back here.
So are we if you look on Google Maps, are we past
No, we're almost.
all the slow traffic?
We're almost.
It's gonna brake on its own. It's doing that itself. Sometimes when it brakes, like, I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas, not accelerator pedal. So I'm gonna give it. because it brakes too much and it lags in going back to the speed it should. So sometimes when it starts braking, I'll start to get into the accelerator a little bit so that it smooths out the whole process and we don't brake too much. Yeah, I guess this is just construction. I guess if there is a crash, it's the other side, because we're definitely working on this bridge over here. That's probably it. Unless there's something going on up here at the end of the bridge. And driving as much as I have, you definitely tend to see more accidents happen in construction zones. Whoa! I could feel those rocks hit the car. What were they doing with that? Blowing the concrete or something? What were they doing?
I don't know. Looks like he had like a pressure washer.
I could feel the rocks hit the car.
You could hear it, not feel it.
Both. Hear it and feel it. I'm very sensitive to feelings. Alright, so that's it. Just working on that bridge. And at least there was no accident. Yep, end construction. See how fast we get up to speed now. Change lanes.
That monster truck.
Okay, we're back to driving.